Hello, welcome to today's reading. My energy for the day as I walk into this reading is an energy of vitality and success. So that's a great energy to bring into a reading. It is a Monday and had a wonderful weekend, lots of activity and lots of feeling accomplished, I guess. And so that's probably contributing to this energy that I have. And we'll bring into the reading today. Okay, we're going to pull one oracle card. I said one, we got two. We have insight and balance. I feel like we should take them both. Okay, so this insight card here. This is giving me the impression that this is kind of that, that story about adding a stone one at a time, and eventually the reward that this crow is aiming for is going to float to the top. We'll read from the book to see. And balance, I think that pretty much speaks for itself. So let's see what this has to say, and then we'll get into the tarot. Insight. Crows and ravens are problem solvers. Crows make tools and learn from each action. In this illustration, you can see the crow dropping rocks into the water. After testing a couple rocks, the crow began to understand the relationship between the stones and the water. It learned that with each rock, the water would rise, and as a result, the buoyant shrimp would rise too. Insight asks that you take the time to examine your situation. Test out different strategies to gain wisdom. When you understand the relationship between all contributing factors, you will be able to identify the actions that yield little benefit or remove any obstacles that may have been in your way, and in turn apply strategies that expedite success. So essentially be like the crow. Find the strategy that allows you to drop things in one pebble at a time to make things easier on yourself and move away from things where you're, overburdening yourself, putting too much energy with little to no result. Okay. 4, balance. I can already feel the tie here. Have you ever noticed how even on windy days, crows and other birds can stay perfectly positioned on a thin telephone wire? They seem almost unfazed or bothered by the wind. When we are in balance, we meet external forces with our internal strength, giving each space to exist in harmony. Let me read that again. When we are in balance, we meet external forces with our internal strength, giving each space to exist in harmony. Okay. When balance appears, you may need to call upon your inner strength, as an approaching situation may test your ability to stay cool and composed. Just like the wind, it too will make its presence known and then move along. Balance may also appear when your daily schedule could use some reorganizing. Are you creating time for yourself, or is your day consumed with tasks that drain your energy? Okay, these definitely speak to me in the energy of success and vitality, because I had a good example of dropping a stone into the jar to get the shrimp for myself personally. And it really is part of a personal process, bringing more balance into my life. So for me, that energy really, really sticks. And I hope this is the same for anyone watching this. Really the ability to achieve balance when your life feels really out of balance. When I look at these cards together, I think it's gaining that insight on where you're spinning your wheels, and it's burning out your energy so that you can't have success in other areas of your life, where maybe you're putting too much energy into one thing or two things, and maybe you put less energy into that thing that's really exhausting you to allow you to put more energy into other areas that will really lift you up. And that's the insight and balance combo that I'm getting from this, and that I have really been seeing, and is the energy I'm coming into this reading with vitality. And I'll give you an example. I am the type of person who can be If I get something in my mind and I want to do something, I will go at it to the point of utter exhaustion. Like, I literally won't be able to walk anymore. One example, not the example of what I did this weekend, but like, I installed raised bed gardens. I did it entirely on my own. And I kept going and going and going to the point that my neighbor came over and just grabbed a shovel and started helping. And he said, I really admire you. You work harder than anyone I've ever known. And the problem with that is then there is a period where I am physically exhausted. I am bone weary, muscles aching, can hardly move, and don't have energy anymore. It's like taking it too far, right? It's a lesson I've had to learn. So over the weekend, I decided, just spur of the moment on a Friday, I was going to repaint my bathroom. Our first card out is love. Ooh, good card. I decided I was going to repaint my bathroom this weekend, and I did, but I took it little by little. Like, I went shopping first, had some fun, got some of the materials while I was doing a fun shopping trip. Did some parts of the prep work, stopped, did something else for a while. Came back to it the next morning, finished up the prep work, really went after a lot of the painting. And then I decided, you know what, I'm going to finish the rest of this another time, instead of doing it all at once. And that's part of this insight and balance, an example of that in my personal life. Now, this morning, I feel accomplished. I don't feel burnt out. I feel vital, successful, energetic, right? Because I didn't burn the candle at both ends, trying to squeeze it all in. Okay. I've got the Chariot in reverse and the Moon in reverse that just dropped out here. But I'd like to first talk about this first card here, love. Love can be about romance, but oftentimes the love card is about making a choice. And in this energy, this choice might be choosing what's best for yourself in the balance and insight energy. Choosing things in your life. We've got Chariot in reverse and Moon in reverse that came out here, remember. Slowing down when it comes to the things that are taking up too much time of your energy. And kind of looking at some of these things. Is this a form of self-sabotage, maybe? Where you put a lot of your time and energy into one thing so you don't have to look at the other thing, or really focus and put energy into the other thing. That's what this Moon card tells me here. Okay, so I think this is about a choice. It's about choosing to look after yourself and your life in a way that creates more balance. It gives you the opportunity to be successful because you're able to put more time and energy into a lot of things that contribute to your overall happiness. We have the Three of Wands reversed and the Six of Swords. An interesting combo because a lot of times both of these are kind of a journey card. The Three of Wands can be about moving on and taking a journey somewhere new. It could literally be traveling. And this is in reverse. So it's this is confirming for me that this is not about making a choice between two things, like moving on to a new job, moving on to a new relationship, leaving some situation and physically going to a new situation. This is in the physical world, okay? This is that the choice is in a routine mental state, something that is within you, not without, right? And that's part of that moving on energy that's happening, making a choice to make a change. And Six of Swords is a moving on, right? It's confirming this, that the moving on is not a physical moving on. Like I said, it's not moving on to a new location of some type. It is a moving on internally, an emotional moving on, a mindset shift. Okay, I'm putting the Chariot and the Moon back in the deck, and we're going to shuffle again and get our next card here. So mindset shift, very much. Okay, we have something coming in, moving very quickly. Some type of communication. Or, what is it that's moving in here? A change. This doesn't have to be a difficult situation. The Tower we often think of as a like something traumatic, you know, an upheaval of some type. While it certainly can represent that, it doesn't mean that it is traumatic or bad. It simply means something that could be surprising or just something that needs to change, like a big change. And out of this energy that's coming here and this swift energy that's coming forward, I see that and this is kind of an area of how you're feeling or your relationships, that sort of thing. So I do see for some of you a significant shift in your emotional well-being. If you're choosing to make a mental shift on how you're treating yourself or how you're creating balance in your life, able to strike a better balance for yourself using balance and insight energy, this could be that shift. That could be a Tower moment for you, like a real wake-up call. It could be a shift in any type of physical relationship in this world that's happening as a result of needing that balance, bringing that balance into your life. It is powerful, it's fast, it a choice that you're making. And it's around a choice. You're choosing something positive for yourself. This is about a positive choice for yourself. This is a positive tower. It's something that you've wanted, that you've known has needed to happen, and yeah, you basically chose yourself and chose what was best for you or are about to. And that's what's happening here. And either you or I think it's you for many are communicating the need for this shift, this change, to free yourself up emotionally. We have the Knight of Pentacles. Love this here. This is kind of the action that you need to take, and the action you're taking or needing to take is planting seeds for this new beginning. We've got lots of cards here. Nine of Cups, reverse, wish fulfillment, reverse, Druid of Stones. Okay, this is not about some lofty dream, wish coming true. This isn't something romanticized or anything like that. This is something in reality. We've got Pentacle energy here. So it doesn't have to be money, but it can be around money, but it is something definitely in the physical world, in reality, something you can touch, something substantive, not, you know, oh, my wish is fulfilled, I'm going to meet my soulmate, you know, not that kind of energy. It's like real boots on the ground, earthy energy that is happening here, the action that you're needing to take. That not putting your energy into imagining and hoping and wishing and dreaming about this future. It's about putting your action into reality. Real life seed planting is what it's saying. And that's bringing you the ultimate outcome, a lot of success in wherever you're planting seeds. So that will be your ultimate success. We have the Two of Swords here in reverse. So you've been in a period where you're feeling like you don't know which way to go. You're feeling like you're in some type of indecision. You're hung up. You almost like have been telling yourself for a period of time that you don't know how to change either how you're feeling or how this area of your life is supposed to move forward. It's been like you've had blinders on, like almost literally blinders on, some type of roadblock for you that you're either about to free up or have recently freed up. You've been able to take the blinders off and see there is a choice here. There is an option. I've felt like there has been no option for me all this time. It was right here in front of me. That's really what I'm seeing. But it just took time or something. Truth. Yeah, I think you're being honest with yourself about what needs to change or where that shift can happen or needs to happen. So that's the blinders. Druid of Wands. There's a lot of passionate, strong energy behind this. You have, I think there's some wake up that's been happening of you have this power, this energy, capacity within you to make the shift and change. And I think you feel very strong, almost empowered by this reality, by this removing of the blinders for yourself. I do feel like having the blinders on for many of you, if not all of you, was almost like a protective self-defense mechanism during some sort of period of healing. You needed more downtime. You needed more time to reflect, consider all of the challenges and things that you were up against. Almost like you needed to have a period of living in that difficulty in order and feeling those heavy chains around you in order to really say, I'm not living like this anymore. I am making this shift. I am making this change, and making you realize that the blinders that you had on, it wasn't that you couldn't make the change. It was just that the change was going to be difficult and not something that you had the energy for or wanted to face just yet. And now you're in an energy of like, okay, I'm energized. I am ready to make this shift. Pleasure in reverse, I do feel like that's some confirming from your higher self that maybe a lot of the energy that you've had around you has been really focused on pleasure and feeling good and what's very comfortable. That's just confirming what I was just saying. And you're coming into a period where this isn't about feeling good in the immediate moment, but feeling good for the long term, making a shift for a long-term change, because the short-term rewards are not freeing. They're not benefiting you in the long run. There's something about that. It's like a short-term letting go of short-term pleasures for long-term gain. Yes, we've got the Lovers card here again, confirming. Yeah, that's absolutely so confirming. We've got love twice. We've got Two of Cups. We've got Two of Swords. Certainly, you're making a choice here, and this is I feel, a choice in a shift towards a long-term positive change for your future. And usually when we've got these choices, these things that are coming out, sorry, I got a bunch of cards there. They weren't yours since it was so many. Usually when we're in the twos and we've got Tower, we've got all of these cards here. We've got lots of court cards representing you and your energy, what you're capable of bringing. We've got, see here, Two Kings. So you definitely have the skill, the ability, and the energy to bring this forward. Now, you are making choices, you're moving on. We have, after these choices being made, after a Tower moment, it's like you're in the beginning of a new cycle, in the early part of a cycle, and I'm not sure if you even realize it yet. I feel like you may have the energy of feeling like you're between cycles, but actually you're in the middle of a new one. You're already on the path. We've got the Star card here. Very good. We've got the Six of Pentacles. What else? The High Priestess. And we've got the Three of Wands in reverse again. All of this energy is telling me everything that we've already talked about. You are making an internal shift, High Priest, to the Three of Wands reverse. This is something within you. This is something potentially there's a spiritual component of this. You're following your intuition. definitely leaning on that. This is not a physical journey, it's an internal journey. It's an internal shift, an important internal shift that is intended to bring about everything, what you're inspired by, moving towards more material success. This is eventually what will happen as a result of taking care of yourself, looking after yourself, and doing right by yourself. There's something that's inspired you here. My goodness, Nine of Stones, financial independence, Druidic of Cups, emotional maturity, an emotional certainty, being solid and completely rooted, self-awareness. This is wonderful energy that you're moving into here. This is wonderful. Okay, there's really not much more I can say other than congratulations on finding this path, and I look forward to hearing how it works out.